You could take off Tech Labs, snipe Tech Labs, and then even move in here since he has no anti-air. So we have a command center going down in the main base of Shark. So Shark should be moving this over very soon as it's completed. He only has here comes the harassment here. He only has 2 Marines right now that can deal with this, and he should be moving these other 4 Marines to deal with this. And he should be moving these SUVs back here with the army. Even though he only has maybe 4 units that can shoot air, you know, he needs to try to move these SUVs around and stop them completely obliterated. So we have another expansion going down for Troggy, and Shark is not in a good position right now. He should have taken these Marines out of the bunker. He should have moved these Marines over here and saved most of his SCVs. Now he only has 2 SCVs coming in here. He has to really important. But I mean, these units are just running rampant here. And there's no, Stark wasn't going for his upgrades, so there's no engineering base, so he can't even get turrets out. So that's huge. That's a huge factor right now. These mules are just wreaking havoc. So it looks like these reinforcing mules are going over there to help their buddies over there. More creep spread. This creep is all the way out here. So now, you know, Troggy has a good amount of vision here. He should be taking out these rocks for this gold expansion because he can. He pretty much has the Terran player bomb stick at this point. Very little anti-air, just tons and tons of Marines. But I mean, if Troggy moved in over here, he should snipe all of these tanks. I mean, Shark really needs to, you know, watch his units. And Troggy's just kind of toying with moving. So yeah, I really don't see how Troggy could drop this game at this point. He should be really being more active with the Zerglings here. Okay, this queen's going over here probably for a larva spew over here. So he's finally put these units in the gas. He's getting his upgrades now. He's getting the attack upgrade and he's getting the armor upgrade. Or he's getting the attack upgrades for both flying and melee. He's getting infestation pit coming out. So it looks like he will be taking up the hive. Personally, I don't think he needs to take up the hive at this point. Okay, so now we have Shark moving out. Could be his final push. I really don't see how he can come back in this game. The Zerg players minerals are way too high at this point. He should be macroing up his army more so than his... and he should be throwing down maybe an extra evolution pit just so he can get armor and attack at the same time. So yeah, at this point, you know, Troggy knows what's going on. He should be bringing these Mutalisks over just to help. Pretty one-sided. Now he should have microed better to get, you know, so yeah, that should be a GG relatively soon here. We have 140 supply to 4 supply, and there's there's no GG at all. That's just a quit. But yeah, I think the main problem we had here for Shark, let's go over Shark first. The main problem he had here was he didn't really scout his opponent, so he didn't know what was going on. I mean, early in the game when he took that, when a Zerg takes an early expansion, you really need to make him, you need to punish him for it. You need to make sure that he knows that, you know, that was a mistake, or you need to sort of control it. When you let a Zerg macro up this heavy, I mean, look at this mineral count, look at this income. It was just ridiculous how much Troggy actually had control of the map. And when you know, again, when you let a Zerg player run wild like that, it's just not going to end well. So, you know, Shark really needs to work on his scouting. I didn't think his army composition was that bad, but I thought his control was really bad. I mean, he didn't really, the first push he had, he could have taken it if he had not focused down the queen and the spine crawler, but focused down the banglings. I mean, those banglings are what really what did him in the first push. And I think if he would have taken those banglings out before they had time to morph, or if he would have microed the Marines out of the way of the banglings, he would have did a lot better job. Um, in terms of, you know, as soon as he saw Mutalisk out on the field, he should have thrown down, his engineering bay, or he should have already had his engineering bay to get upgrades. Um, I'm always a proponent of the faster you get upgrades, the more it helps you in the game. And I mean, that's the philosophy for a lot of people. You really should be getting your upgrades as quickly as possible. It can never hurt you to get upgrades. So, he should have had his engineering bay, and he should have thrown down some turrets, just as a little bit more help. Well, if he never used the starport, I would have liked to see him use, maybe some banshees. Well, not banshees because he has some mediums on the field, but to make him maybe use some medvacs. Utilize drops here. I don't even think he noticed that Troggy had a third expansion over here, just because he didn't scout. So it all goes back to scouting. Now, Troggy, the problems I saw with Troggy were, more so his macro. He didn't macro up that well. He spent a lot of money on drones. If you look at the units tab here, yeah, he had 75 drones, and that's a lot of drones. I mean, it's a good number of drones for 3 base, but I mean, he kept making drones throughout the entire game. You really don't need to do that once you hit a certain number. As soon as it starts cutting into the amount of units you can put towards your army, it starts becoming more of a hindrance. I mean, he had almost 6,000 minerals and almost 2,000 gas, and he was sitting on that for, a good. In the second half of the game, he was pretty well endowed in minerals and resources here. He should have. I would have thrown down, an extra evolution pit or evolution chamber just so he can get, attack and armor at the same time. This infestation pit kind of boggles me. I mean, he doesn't need hive tech unless he's already maxed out at level 2 upgrades, or if he wants to tech up to like ultralisks or like a greater spire or something, but there's no reason for him to do that at this point in the game. I think he would have been better served to get more units and just to spend this money that he had. He had so much extra resources that he really didn't need to. The good things he did, I liked his creep spreading. He really stayed on top of that. So you can see here that he had vision of almost half the map. So that's really good creep spreading. Other than that, I think Troggy played a pretty solid game. It was just his macro really didn't help him because his minerals are so high. And for Shark, it was more his lack of scouting that hurt him. So yeah, that's episode 4. Please rate, comment, subscribe. You guys send us replays. The more replays that I have, the better we can make these, and the faster we can pump these out. We're going to come up with some more segments. We have a lot of lists of segments on the board to go over here, and the more segments we can get in, the more different things we can do here. And yeah, so we're just starting out, and first month in books. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.